Good morning. This is the Morning Rant, and I'm your host, JahLogic, and with me I have my co-hosts, Stephon, Vanessa, Smilez, and Schoolboy. Thank you for being with us. Steph, I'm gonna let my co-hosts introduce themselves. We can start with Stephon since he's new to the fold. Stephon, what's up, player?
What's going on, Stephon? Local podcaster. That's pretty much it. We can keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would love to introduce the audience to you if they don't know. You're one half of Live and On Point, the fire podcast that we play on the Ranchers Union on Iran Network.
Right. And if you, I'm about to say, you can also follow me on Instagram at StepGotJokes, comedian, podcaster. Do it all, man.
And you one half owner of that studio you sitting in, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know you and J Doug, y'all partner on some things. I know y'all partner on the actual show Live and On Point. So.
Right. This him and DJ. And DJ Slang. Yeah.
Okay. I see you're down with another podcast too, right? Was it 904 or something like that?
Oh no, I'm just a frequent guest on that. That's all.
So that's what's up, man. So you busy. What?
I'm trying to be.
That's what's up. VeeSmilez, what's up? We missed you.
Hey, what's going on? How are you guys?
Good.
All is well.
Dealing with Amazon shit. Stuff. Excuse me, YouTube. But yes, I had to organize myself so I can come back collected and in one piece. So yeah.
It's like it be like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Or Schoolboy, you want to unmute your mic, or are you even there? I know he's in the. There you go.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, player?
All right. But yeah, man, I appreciate the opportunity here to be on the show with you all. I'm here in the office here, and just happy to be here. Of course, I've done some business work on the side. This is the second podcast that you and I have worked on, Logic, and it's good to see everybody this morning. Yes. You all will be able to see me in a little bit.
All
right, cool.
You got to convince me you're not calling from prison.
They got cell phones in prison now too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, man. Put some money on my books, goddamn. Put some money on my books.
Free schoolboy. Or
it's child time right now in prison, so they wouldn't be on the phone anyways. They gotta line up to eat.
Big facts.
All right, so today we got a lot of topics for you, so stay tuned. We came in a little late with a few technical difficulties, forgive us. We're still fairly new with this particular show, and we're fairly new at doing a show this early in the morning. So today we're going to give you a pandemic update. We're going to give you an update on a pandemic, the apocalypse, the end of the world. And we're going to, of course, we got some Karens for you, and we got some dumb shit too. We got some pop culture stories we want to talk about, and we also got some thottigans. We got some thought talks, right? V, is that we?
Yes, absolutely.
Or there's so many ways we can call it, right? It's thought life, talk about thoughts. I don't know,
slut shit, everything.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out a name for those segments. As the show progresses, but we're gonna start and get this pandemic bullshit out the way. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic update, the apocalypse update. So let's get into the depressing shit first and foremost. All right. So this article this article comes to us from New York Daily. It says new flu with pandemic potential found in China.
The bubonic plague.
This actually, that one's next.
Oh, I thought it was the same thing.
Nah, China's fucking up. So as if one pandemic wasn't enough, Chinese scientists are now raising alarms about a newly discovered flu virus that has the potential to trigger a global outbreak. The virus is currently carried by pigs. But in the journal proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, research argued that it has all the hallmarks of being an adapt and infect of being able to adapt and infect humans. Scientists recommend that measures should be taken to control the virus in its current form and that anyone who works with pigs should be closely monitored for the disease. The fact that the fact that humans would have little or no immunity to this virus means that it could mutate into a major threat. The virus may not be an immediate problem, but it does come as a reminder that even with the coronavirus still wreaking havoc around the globe, there are always new pathogens that can emerge. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't think this may be as bad as the coronavirus, because I think that with the coronavirus, a lot of people were caught off guard, and I guess people weren't expecting it. So with even knowledge of something like this, I think that people would probably they're in a better stage now, I think, for this versus how they were when the coronavirus started. But yeah,
Steph?
I don't know.
It's over for me, dog. It's over for your boy.
You eat
I
pork?
I had a pork sandwich this morning. You hear me? It's over.
Eating that swine, my brother.
Man, they had the 2 for $4. I had 2 of them. You hear me?
Oh man,
They look like pigs in them suits, though. I can't even lie. So does that mean that there's there's still gonna be less and less screwing going on? So like that means that nobody in China is making any babies. That's what they're saying.
That's what they want, man. That's really what it's about.
That's definitely
Absolutely.
That's definitely what they want. But and I say that because I mean there's factual evidence out there of China being on some
Yeah, they only want boys.
yeah, they definitely want less people. They definitely are one of the first people in the globe to admit that they want, a lesser population. Schoolboy, what do you have to say about this flu-like this pandemic capable virus they found in the pig? Schoolboy, are you there?
Yeah, man. It's a trip because I don't think anybody's really expecting 2020 to keep turning up the way it is. But it's definitely something we got to look out for. The silver lining in all of this is, you notice how like nobody's getting that common cold right about now. Everybody watching themselves, keeping their hands out their face. So that's a good thing. People washing their hands when they leave the bathroom sometimes. That's the silver lining. Of course, we wish that people would be clean and be mindful of their health all the time. But shit, if this gets the folks who haven't been keeping themselves clean, I'm happy about it.
Yeah, but this they're saying this is in pigs. So I don't eat pork, but I know there's a lot of people that no matter what they do, no matter what you say, they're going to eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what they're going to do. So I mean, and then as mad as I am at China, this is one of the foods that everybody eats.
Yeah, and pork products are really involved in a lot of the things that we eat, even if you don't necessarily eat pork. A lot of candies are made with pork materials. A lot of different snacks that people eat, like chips and other forms of like different snacks that people have often are made with pork products as well. So even if you might not be a direct bacon or ham eater, you may still involve yourself with items that do have like pork in it. So it's just
pork byproducts. Yeah.
Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So we out here. 2020 is lit. It's lit.
At the beginning of the whole coronavirus thing, I was very mad, when they said it came out of China, because I'm like, I was almost sounding like a goddamn racist. You know what I mean? I'm not a racist, but I'm like, fucking China, you like for real? Like, I'm like, yeah. I was telling my little brother, I said, China eat all the ats, the bats, the cats, the fucking eat all that. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, come on, give us a break. Now y'all found a virus in pigs that can kill us all. That's fucked up.
I'm not surprised. Everything is made in China.
That's another thing, and I haven't brought anything made in China since.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I haven't since, but I don't know how long that could last. I definitely not a wish. I don't buy things off a wish, but still, like a lot of electronics and things of that nature, it's from China. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The hair I got in my head is from China. Sorry.
I want to jump back to that point y'all made about the population control, right? Because I notice here in America, it's black people that get that stigma of being over sexualized, right?
Right.
Especially black women, like they over sexualize black women all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But no one ever points out that Chinese people be fucking. They be fucking. Like you don't get 5 billion people by being celibate. They fucking. No one talks about it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Word.
All right, but let me go back into this next article that's also in regards to China. Let me get Schoolboy back on. There you go.
What's up? What's up?
What's good, bro?
Chow time over.
They let me sit back at my desk, you know.
They closed the mess hall.
All right, so this is a 1.5 minute video. I'm gonna play the video. I hear somewhat of an echo. Hold on, let me troubleshoot real quick. Yeah, that's on your side, Schoolboy. So I'm gonna have you muted until it's time for you to talk, if that's cool with you. I'm gonna play this 1.5 video, and it's about Chinese authorities confirm case of bubonic plague in Mongolia. What the fuck, China? Come on, give us a break. Like, China.
America's biopharmaceutical companies have one very important thing in common: a common enemy.
We're making great progress because we're collaborating in ways that we've never done before.
In a matter of weeks, we've progressed from potential treatments
To antibodies and antivirals that have shown positive results.
to several promising vaccine candidates.
Because science
Science is how we get back to normal.
The flu is caused by a bacteria called Yersinia pestis, and most of the time humans get it from a flea bite. Back when plague was rampant and there was no treatment for it, plague could get into people's blood and it could turn their limbs black, and that's where we get the term Black Death. When the plague struck the Roman Empire in the 6th century, it went on to kill 25 million people. Eventually, the plague wiped out 60% of Europe. Now, before there were antibiotics, the plague would kill between 66 and 93% of people who got it. Now, with antibiotics, that mortality rate goes down to about 16%. So typically every year in the United States, 1 person dies of the plague and 7 people get sick. Fever, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting. If you get these symptoms and you're living in an area where it's known that the plague has been before, then you should go seek help from your doctor. And you should definitely go to your doctor if you develop huge lymph nodes. Sometimes people with the plague, they get lymph nodes the size of a chicken egg. Also, the Centers for Disease Control says you should never feed rodents like squirrels and rats, and you certainly shouldn't touch them after they've died. We've done a great job of getting rid of the plague almost entirely in this country. Better hygiene goes a long way, but you can't entirely get rid of the bacteria. It's not just a Dark Ages bacteria, it's still with us.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So who knew we still had the plague lurking around us in the first fucking place?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Tell us why.
The white man propaganda.
Why? What would the white man have to gain from that? The plague.
Fear mongering, man. They pushing fear on us, man. Fear leads to control, to giving up your rights, man. Next thing we know, we won't signing over everything because we so scared.
But don't you think that, like, even with the propaganda, you don't think that they could create this? Like, I understand that too. Like, I understand, like, yes, they do have a plan. They do have, set out goal to depopulate the earth in ways that they want to. Allegedly. And they're going to do that, allegedly. But they're going to do that by any means necessary, allegedly. They're going to allegedly create things, and the things that they allegedly create might seem real.
I'm glad you said that, because allegedly they're going to drop this new virus like a new mixtape.
Oh, yeah. They already doing promo clips for it. They like September.
You see it?
Yes. They like September is coming. Like, they giving us singles. Like,
we bringing that old thing back.
Predictive programming, I believe, is what it's called.
COVID cluster.
I believe they call it predictive programming when they tell you something's going to happen before it happens to get you used to it. Schoolboy?
Yeah, like I honestly, I don't think that it's I don't think it's a man-made thing. I think it's just these things are hard to get rid of, and so it's been here, and we haven't really. There's no way for us to eradicate it. It's just like I said, bringing everybody up into the new century 20 years later, it'd be great if we could all get on the same page with that. Like, wash your hands, stop eating rodents, leave that pig alone. I know you heathens love the pork, but leave that pig alone.
Yeah, but people have been eating pig for years, though. That's the thing. People have been
they've been
eating
dying.
pig.
They've been dying. That's why they've been
Schoolboy.
dying.
Yo, so what do you say to the people who are, they live a vegetarian lifestyle and then they end up dying from cancer? So what is that?
Well, they're dying of cancer, not the bubonic plague.
Hold on, schoolboy.
Yeah.
You is not finna convince me that you ain't ate no pork.
Well,
just not finna do it, brother.
Yeah, I hear
and
you.
you in the A?
I'm not in the A right now. I'm at an undisclosed location. But that being said,
prison.
Stephon, is it Stephon? Is it Stephon?
Yes,
Stephon. Why are you holding that picture of R. Kelly in front of you like a blanket, sir? What the hell's going on?
I think my man J. Doug explained it to you. And what we do here at the studio, we aim to be R. Kelly good, sir. But
wow.
Yes.
Further explain that. Further explain R. Kelly good. He don't get it.
All right. For the ones who haven't heard, okay. R. Kelly was so good in the midst of being on camera with the underage woman, people were able to look past it and still buy out his music and support him. We want to be so good that we want to be so good at our craft that if we get caught up in some bullshit, people still gonna support us. Now we ain't gonna be out here with no little girls, but you never know what get thrown our way, right? And we still want to keep the support of the people. That's how good we want to be.
Okay. Right. All right. So yeah, we're promoting the pedophiles in our community.
Oh, okay.
Back to the subject though.
Black excellence.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
You were saying something, Stephon, before he asked you that.
Oh, what was I saying? We was talking about the plague, right?
Yes,
sir. We everywhere. Bro, I don't remember. Bro, you threw me off when he asked me about it.
Yeah. So R. Kelly's hard to defend. It's all good.
He really not. He stand on his own merit.
In jail. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He's fighting for his effing life.
There's a lot of brothers there that don't need to be there. It's a lot of brothers there that don't need to be there.
I believe it. He's one of them.
R. Kelly is the Nelson Mandela
of pedophilia.
And those people knew what they were doing. I just have to say that.
We went all the way left, so I'm gonna move on.
My bad. But yeah, man, the bubonic plague is terrible. You know what I'm saying? Wash your hands, stay away from that swine. Read your Quran, okay?
Oh, you think washing your hands gonna save you?
Yeah, if you wash your hands before you put them in your mouth.
So what about wrapping it up? What about wrapping it up? You got people out like wrapping up your John. Like you got people out here washing their hands and using hand sanitizer. The females out here taking raw peen.
Hey man, get it how they live. I'm not gonna tell anybody not to take raw peen. It's not what I'm gonna hear for. Okay,
see what I'm saying?
It's not what I'm here for.
So taking raw peen is completely okay, but I mean not okay.
That's what God made it for. Yeah, God made it for that. So it'll be all right. We'll just say a prayer and go for it.
That should go fall off. Y'all keep playing around.
All jokes aside, I do hope we get back to regular life sometime in this fucking, next year something.
This is the new norm.
Yeah, I don't want this to be new norm because we can't really travel without just being okay with just fucking dying. You know what I mean? I'm not cool with it. I like to travel. I like to be outside. I like to go different places. And right now, going different places always almost seems to put you at risk. You know what I'm saying? Being around people. Mm-hmm. And this next video we're going to play / article is going to explain more of that because we live in a crazy world where people actually want to spread the virus. If they get the virus, they want to spread it. You know what I mean? I got a story about that as well, but I'll save it for after this.
Oh, goodness.
COVID clusters that have been linked to parties in both New York and Alabama. Allegations that college students, are you ready for this, are intentionally trying to get sick, even gambling on who gets the virus first. Ariel Reshef is in Rockland County, New York. with the latest on this for us. Good morning, Ariel.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. Those allegations are shocking. Officials say that those parties are causing hotspots like the one here in Rockland County, as more and more young people may be contracting and spreading this virus.
Warning officials with an urgent warning after they say college students allegedly held COVID parties, knowingly attending gatherings with infected guests.
College kids are having COVID parties where they're getting tickets, they're buying tickets to come to the party. And then they will invite a couple of students that have tested positive for COVID. So if you are the first person that tests positive for COVID, then you win the money.
State officials confirming that students intentionally may have spread the virus around Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and now possibly the state.
Not only did the doctor's offices help confirm it, but the state confirmed they had also had the same information.
In Rockland County, New York, at least 8 confirmed cases allegedly linked to a house party full of 20-year-olds in a suburb of New York City.
It's a very uncaring attitude toward the rest of society.
Authorities say the host of the party was already symptomatic during the event, and there were at least 2 other parties with guests in common. And now officials say some of those at the party are not cooperating with contact tracers.
I don't have to speak with you. Don't call me again. I will not tell you anything. Or I was not at the party. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. I was not there and I'm not going to speak.
Authorities issuing subpoenas to 9 people with possible $2,000 per day fines for noncompliance.
We are deadly serious. I will not allow to have the health of our county compromised.
It comes ahead of a holiday weekend as cases among young people are rising in many areas across the country.
And officials are calling those parties both reckless and dangerous. They are urging, especially as we head into the holiday weekend, that young people abide by the CDC guidelines. Of course, that means hand hygiene, social distancing, and wearing a mask when possible. Whit.
Gambling on who catches the virus. Unbelievable. Ariel, thank you so much.
Yo, what the- and this is supposed to be our brightest. This is supposed to be our future doing this dumb shit.
Logic, you said you wanted to get out more often. Why weren't you at this party?
Why was it at that
party? How do y'all not love white people? Oh
yeah, they turned up.
They are the best.
Turned up. I mean,
those ones
niggas
in
did the
Alabama
same
are
thing. The niggas did the same thing in Chicago, but they didn't call it a COVID party. It was just niggas getting together with strippers and money.
Listen. Down here in Jacksonville,
Detroit,
I'm about to say down here in Jacksonville, Florida, we don't take shit serious, COVID included. But goddamn, a COVID party? Chain. You hear me?
That comes straight out of upstate New York.
Hey, it's probably some hoes there too.
Yeah,
it's probably
had
some
to
hoes
be.
in there.
Had to be. And you know, the bad thing is that I guess I feel like the people who show up to these parties, like they're just willing to risk their life and they're just willing to risk it all. So like I definitely believe there was a lot of raw sex going on. Lots of raw sex.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Lots of raw sex.
Ain't no party like a COVID party because a COVID party don't stop.
COVID leave the party. Still party.
Yo, y'all notice that this happened in Alabama, right?
It's like Rockland.
There's a connection for that.
Oh yeah, it happened in Alabama too, though. No.
Yeah, inbreeding. Inbreeding. That's where you're going with this.
They're just not that smart, man. Alabama is known for having the top or the lowest 5 educational system in the country. So people from Alabama just are not as intelligent as the rest of the country, statistically speaking, of course.
Dang, you just called that Alabama.
Right, you heard him.
Right, you just called that right. Alabama they just ain't got all their screws together, huh?
No.
Everybody from Alabama, he said it, not me.
Yeah, I said it. Yo, the other thing is, you remember they had a attorney general out there. I can't remember this guy's name right now, but he looked like a little elf, and he was out there assaulting these young girls and stuff like that. He's another one of those pedophiles who's in Alabama. They were like, "Yo, listen, when we think about law and order, we think about a pedophile to run that outfit." Absolutely, that's Alabama for you in a nutshell.
Ain't Alabama the place where they had the like the white judge who was running for senator?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He showed up on a goddamn horse.
Oh, word.
Same guy.
Salute to the homies in the chat. You know what I mean? Kenny, Virginia, Slim. Good morning to you all. Good morning to everybody watching us on the blog.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in there.
Shout out to everybody. But what I have to say about this is, like, I low key respect.
Respect what?
I low key respect the actual parties versus what people in New York City were doing when COVID first started. When COVID first started in New York City, you had people like licking the poles on the train, like spitting in their hands and like rubbing their hands down the stairwell, like that's some breezy stuff right there. Like that's wild. But a COVID party, it's just like, it's not intentional. Like you're not trying to really get people sick.
It isn't.
No, they're trying to get it.
I don't think so. I think they really wanted to get people together, and I think it's lit to like really put it on the flyer, like COVID party, like.
I think what you mean is willing participants, but it is intentional. It is on purpose, but they're willing participants. So I hear you in that, but
yeah,
I think that
they licking poles at COVID parties too.
I think that what's going on is that, you know, this virus is very smart and it wants to spread, and it gets people who gets the virus to think that they want to spread it. Like, you know, it's like making people want to spread that shit. So not to scare anybody, but I really feel that there's people out there who, once they get that shit, they innately want to spread it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's no difference from an STD, a nigga or a female. Sorry for excuse my language. Who be burning?
Can we not
cuss out here?
No, we can curse. We can curse.
We can curse, but I guess I try not to. Shout out to YouTube, but I try not to. But yes, sounds about white. I like that. But no, like really, when it comes to like people who have STDs, it's the same mindset, or anything. You know, sometimes like even if you got a cold or whatever, sometimes when people get sick, they don't feel right until somebody else gets sick around them. Like they feel like it's even. Like, and I understand the feeling, because like if you get it, like I gotta give it to everybody else now. Like,
no, that's fucked up.
It is messed up, but I get it at the same time. Like in the mindset of like this. If you at a store, whatever the case may be, and they give you a messed up bag of chips or a messed up sandwich or whatever the case may be, and they give the same thing to the next person, it's fair. It's not selective just to you.
I just want you to this the logic you had. Like my car was just stolen a week ago. Right?
Really?
Yeah, someone stole my car, right? At a gas station. That's literally like me sitting at that gas station waiting for the next nigga to leave his keys in the car so I can steal his shit. Say, oh yeah, somebody else got to get this too. Like, come on.
Yeah, well, you know, because I am petty, like that's just me. I probably would wait to see that.
Don't
like,
do that. You better than that, Queen. You better than that.
I'm very petty. Like I want everybody. Like if I get gum on my sneaker, I want everybody to have gum on their sneaker. Like
listen, hurt people. You know what I mean? It's just the beginning of this whole pandemic thing. You know what I mean?
If I catch COVID, it's a wrap. I'm coughing on people.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh man, come on, man. You gotta turn you in.
Exactly. them little white kids at that party not snitching, but we snitching. I'm
Can you see that? That's messed up. Y'all gonna tell on people.
No, hey,
call me 6'9".
Nah, because since the beginning of this whole pandemic thing, I can count on my hand at least a few times where I felt like people were intentionally either talking too close to me, coughing next to me. You know what I mean? Like when the shit first happened, I went to go get some liquor at the liquor store. I went to get some overproof liquor to create some tonic, which is what I'm drinking in my tea now. I actually made some tonic with some overproof vodka with all types of herbs, you know what I mean, to extract the herbs in it, and I throw that shot in my tea, right? So anyway, just to throw that out there, I am day drinking. But yeah, the dude who sold me the bottle, dead ass, coughed across the counter. The nigga coughed across the counter, you know what I mean? And I say, nigga, he ignorant. It was a white ignorant motherfucker, but you know what I'm saying? This dude coughed, and I'm looking at him like, this is the last place I can get this overproof vodka, because I went to the other liquor store. So I can catch a case and go to jail during the beginning of COVID right now by assaulting the store owner. Or I can just grab this bottle and go home and wash my fucking face.
All I heard was you saying that you have a alcohol problem. And just tried to skip over it like we didn't see it. Like
Right.
you drinking at
Overproof.
7 o'clock in the morning, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking.
I mean, I'm drinking as well. It's not overproof vodka, but it's a mimosa around here.
What you drinking? You drinking that Four Loko?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was my Miami days. Yes. No longer drinking Four Locos, but champagne.
Her mimosa problem. But look, and I have another story about somebody. Like I went to Vanessa knows about this. I'm not going to go too hard. I'm not going to expose the people.
Oh God, yeah, that's wild.
Or the person. But I went out to a an interview at a radio station, internet radio station, and while I was there, I was talking to some of the people there, and one of the women there just wouldn't stop talking so close to my fucking face. You hear me, Steph? Like she was like this fucking close, bro. And then I had my steampunk glasses on, so like so I thought I was safe. I had my mask. I still felt some shit fly in my eye. I still felt like a little spittle flew in my eye. You hear me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Oh, you got that shit, bro. I don't know what to
Don't
say
say that. God forbid. Man. Don't say that.
You got that shit in your rectum.
That's been a minute ago, so I'm hoping I'm good. But you know what I'm saying? That's some fucked up shit. Like this, it's just the fact that people are not respecting people.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? I think that originally when it first came out, people were still on that whole it's a hoax. The government's trying to get us. And because people had that mindset, their thing was, well, I'm going to prove that it's not real. I'm going to just walk around. I'm not going to have a mask on. I'm going to talk as close as I can to people and be projecting my voice and spitting in people's faces. And nobody's going to get it because it's not real. Like, besides the fact that it's not cool to be all close up on somebody like that anyway. Because same shit, I went to the store, and this is old white lady, and she's standing next to me. She's like, and she actually is cough. She's doing this. And I'm like, yo, can you back up, lady? Like, why do I smell your fucking breath and you have a mask on? You know what I'm saying? You're way too fucking close.
Yo, you got a good point, because that last person I talked about sat there and tried to tell me about the government's going to do what they want to do anyway, and how, they told me the ancestors were going to protect me. Bitch.
Hold on. What race was this person?
She was down with the tribe. She was the same race as you and I.
My tribe is a little bit different, but okay.
But listen, our ancestors ain't been protecting us. Why would they just start now with COVID?
Damn, he did it like that though.
Hey,
Not all ancestors are protecting everything. Like, I get the mindset of having our ancestors protect us, and definitely I understand that feeling, because that is true. Sometimes Black people wasn't here at the beginning of time, will be here at the ending of times. But when it comes to certain situations, like, females be, taking plan B and hoping that it works, and they're like, oh, my ancestors, they gonna look after me. Like, that's not, you can't use your ancestors for everything. You just have to make sure you compartmentalize how you're gonna use your ancestors.
That's a good ass comment from
Slim says some dude in the Chi, Chicago, who intentionally coughed on a cop got charged with felony aggravated battery.
Oh wow.
I think people should get charged if they doing shit like this. I think that I should have been able to call the cops on that dude at the store. Because my other option was to either eat it or catch a case myself. So that's no different than battery. Either you're going to take the assault, or you're going to call the cops, or you're going to defend yourself. You feel me? So, yeah, come on. I hear echo. Let me see something.
It's kind of
that was on Poison. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say it's kind of good because it forces people to have manners, and like you said earlier, Schoolboy, about people washing their hands and stuff. This whole entire epidemic has really revealed the nasty people that are out there, like the people who you've seen who had to go buy Lysol in bulk, they had to go buy wipes in bulk and all these things. These are the people who didn't have their stuff in their house already. These are the people who were not prepared. But old grandma and old auntie. These ladies have had these things in stacks for years, months, and weeks, and they've already been prepared. And sometimes when you're cultivated in a certain way, you operate a certain way, you can You don't have to rely on ancestors. You could prevent certain things from happening just by being preventative, just by making sure you're taking care of yourself and doing the right things. And that dude, whoever that was at the liquor store who owns a business, yeah, I think businesses definitely should be held liable because you are a public space. You're allowing people to come into your space. And so with that those people are underneath your protection. Now, me, saying if I get COVID, I got to cough on people because that means somebody coughed on me and gave it to me. I'm a person. You could be able to charge me differently. But a business, I think a business should be held to a higher standard. Absolutely.
What you got to do is do the contact tracing, find out who gave it to you, who also is sick that you was around, and go with
right.
Yeah,
I'd rather do that than to cough on random people. Like, I'd rather find the person who I think gave it to me and cough on them. That would be better to me.
And I want to go back to Virginia Slim comment about what happened in Chicago. Listen, them Chicago cops don't play. Listen, they was on Juicy Smilez's ass about the goddamn about him playing make believe.
True. Snuggle says blacks seem to be wishful thinkers. I agree with that. And Slim also says, "Seem we sewing clothes now? Fuck out of here, troll." Oh, I think he's talking about the homie that came before him. He was correcting his grammar. We got smart niggas in the comments. Niggas will correct your grammar in the motherfucking comments. All right, so we're gonna go to this next article that's also about spreading, because the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, says she tested positive for corona. Let's see what they got to say in the actual video. Let's just go ahead and play it and pull this up. All right, here we go.
CNN's Michael Smerconish has had a heck of a...
They try to trick us to fucking watch a commercial first. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go.
Lance Bottoms don't sound like a real name, though.
I was going to say that
family, all of my kids have asthma. That's of concern to me, but my husband and I don't have underlying health conditions. And so prayerfully, this will be as bad as it gets for us. But this is scary. We've done all the things that we thought that we should do. And for us to still test positive, I think really speaks to how easily this virus is spread. And obviously, none of us are immune from it.
Where are you on the freak out factor?
I think I'm still in shock right now, quite honestly. I got the news around just before 6 o'clock. And I went and I was speaking with my husband. I said, "Can you believe this has happened?" So now I'm in mommy mode, trying to figure out what this means. I was trying to fix something to eat for one of my kids, and he's like, "Don't touch my food." And so, just gotta figure that out. My kids scattered when they heard that we were positive, so I probably won't see them for the next 14 days. Everybody's yelling across the house. So that's the other side of this. I'm mayor, but I'm also a mom and a wife. So I've got to wrap my brain around what exactly this means and how do I keep all of the rest of my kids safe from me.
If you didn't identify with the priorities of people and their families, they wouldn't have elected you in the first place. It's always family first.
Can I salute the news for being ruthless and not even giving this woman a whole day before they wanted her to fucking get on the news and talk shit?
Yo, didn't he have COVID though?
He did as well. Yes, he did. Yep.
I just wanted to put that together. Okay.
Yo. This nigga said, "Where are you at on the freak out factor?"
Right. I was like, are we on CNN or not?
I mean, he had it, so he had to know what it was like. So I that, you know what I'm saying?
He was like,
he looks like he still has COVID. Like, that's how he looks. Like, she looks great to me. Like, if that's what COVID looks like, I'm here for it. She looks great, but he looks like he's still recovering.
Yo, the fact that she was like, "My husband said don't touch my food," and then he started laughing.
My fault. Say it again. I'm playing something good.
Oh, she was like, my husband was like, "Don't touch my food," and then Dawg started laughing at her ass. Bro, this is hilarious. Listen, it's supposed to be serious, but y'all, even the CNN don't take it serious. Like, come on, man. Y'all, you laughing? It can't be
It's the
that
way
serious.
it's the way she said it. Like I was making my kid some food, and he was like, "Don't touch my food." Like, damn, come on, kid. Like I gave you life. I'm trying to feed you. But nah, yo, for those of us with kids, y'all know how ruthless these kids are. Like they don't care about your feelings.
Kids are honest.
They don't care about the fact that you ain't got no money in your pocket. They want some food right now, and don't be putting your nasty hands on that shit. Just get my food to me, like I asked you to. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, hold on.
But you know what? At least her kids are at an age where they want to protect themselves, you know, because this is the worst time to have a baby and or toddler.
Right.
I'm a Democrat, bro. But Democrats be dramatic as hell, dog. She acting like she finna die. Knowing goodness well she gonna be all right in 3 weeks. It only
She looks great. Like she looks.
It only kill poor people. Let's keep it a buck.
That's true.
No,
too.
I don't know about that.
Now you go to certain hospitals, these wings, the way that they're literally. You heard about what happened in New York. They were doing this thing in New York where they were, instructing, EMT workers to not resuscitate, to not bring people back to life. Even when it comes to hospitals and nurses and stuff like that, a lot of these people, the care that they would have normally given prior to COVID-19, they are instructed to not care for people in the same realm. So now a lot of these situations are happening where people are just left to die because they are just not being cared for, and which is also adding to the numbers.
Now, I found it hard to believe if it was somebody of stature that they would not give them CPR. I find that hard to believe.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's another thing, but that goes to the grimy mindset of New Yorkers.
I mean,
yo, Cuomo came on TV. He talked about it. They're
nah, son, we ain't.
He was basically saying, like, don't even bring people to the hospital if you think they're not gonna live. That's basically what he came on, allegedly. But that's what he came on TV and basically said. And like you said, like there's a lot of people who are of wealth. And when it comes to a lot of the different communities in New York City, you have communities who have their own ambulance services. So sometimes they don't even have to rely on public hospitals and stuff like that, which in return, they get better health care. So a lot of times at first the narrative was, oh, Black people can't get it or Latinos can't get it or whatever the case would be. All of a sudden, now Black and Latinos are at the top of the people who are receiving COVID-19 positive results.
And it's crazy because when I was in a predominantly white neighborhood, I'm in Florida where there's a statewide mandate for masks, like it's mandatory, right? But I go to this little smaller city right outside Jacksonville, heavily white populated, and nobody was wearing masks. Nobody's wearing masks, but their numbers aren't going up. Here in Jacksonville, niggas is wearing masks. You can't go in stores without masks. They're very strict right now. And our number, even though the mandate for masks is going and is being enforced here, the numbers are still going up.
I see the same thing in certain parts of upstate New York. Actually,
one of the things
I don't understand.
One of the reasons why I think that is because, and I think we might have been speaking about this on the other show, was that a lot of, in terms of poverty, like we're stacked on top of each other. So we're going to get these diseases that are because of people just being close to each other, more so than folks who are living, on a quarter acre in a house, able to kind of quarantine their family to their lot. Whereas if you got to get on the elevator with 15 other people every day and walk through the same doors as those same people every single day, and their kids and little snotty nose friends and stuff like that, it just is what it is. We're gonna catch it like that. And then Latinos are having a blow up of this virus here in Virginia. That's the case where the Latinos are really having an outbreak of the COVID virus, and like when I'm just interacting with them, they don't really be concerned about wearing no masks. They got 15 people on top of each other in these apartments, like and they're also cleaning up all these buildings and stuff like that. So it's kind of concerning that there's an explosion, because I'm talking to people who live who work at the hospital, and they're like, yeah, these units are filled with Latino people. That's another interesting factor.
That's a really good point. It makes a lot of sense. If you got money, you can actually live better. You can live on more land, especially in certain places, and you can definitely be less exposed to the general public. And if you don't have money, you're more likely to live in a neighborhood that's overpopulated. Virginia Slim says, I think Bottoms is trying to gather sympathy so she can get that VP bid.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
That's trashy.
Facts.
Trashy.
Facts, though. They were doing that with celebrities when this whole thing first came out. What? For all the women out there who know, Idris Elba, he caught it, and we all felt for him.
What happened with that? What happened with that?
He never came back and said that he didn't have it, so I'm just assuming that he still has it.
That nigga dead, allegedly.
But he came out, and he was one of after the basketball player, because the first black person that they shined the spotlight on, was the basketball player, and then he came next. But even before the basketball player came out, there was a lot of talks about black people not being able to catch it because black people weren't having coronavirus when this thing first started. Like, black people weren't turning up in numbers, and all of a sudden, I feel like as soon as that narrative or that idea went out into the universe that black people couldn't get this, I feel like the powers that be, allegedly, made sure that black people would be the number one people to be getting it.
I mean, speaking of New York City, which you're in New York City, you know this, V. Originally it was coming back into the States with people who travel more, right? So not saying black people don't travel, but
no, they don't. Like let's make this clear. They don't go anywhere. I know people. I still know grown people who've never been on a plane. Grown people.
I feel you, but you travel. I travel. You know what I mean? Schoolboy.
We do.
So, but the point is, I know that people who have more wealth tend to travel, especially internationally, right? So this did come to us via international situation. So with that being said, originally we didn't have it because we weren't the ones that were traveling internationally in high numbers
at that time. Yeah,
at that time. But then when it came back, after it had time to fester and marinate in the city, we the ones that work at JFK. We the ones doing security. We the ones, that's the sky caps, the ramp agents, the
driving, everything,
the drivers, everything. So we're the essential workers. So those people eventually pass it to us, and then we was able to pass it to each other.
Come in contact.
Yeah. So let me see. I think we had So speaking of that, we're gonna move on because I do believe that either things are gonna get better or we're gonna be in the middle of the motherfucking zombie apocalypse, right? Like I said, I think these viruses are starting to act like some type of, zombie type shit. Like, okay,
viruses are very smart.
They're very smart, and they're trying to infect us all, right? So we're gonna go into our Karen segment of the morning. Karen's
salute to the Karens, right? Yes. Round of applause for Karens.
Yes, we're gonna go to Karen's Be Crazy, aka Karen's Revenge, and we're gonna start off with Zombie Karen. And
what's Karen up to this week?
Oh, this one was crazy.
Zombie Karen was trying to infect the whole goddamn bar.
Hey, Zombie Karen, hold on.
Zombie Karen. So let's look at Zombie Karen. Let's go.
Video crazy.
Hey, who grandmama this is? Bruh. Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh shit! Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh Lord! This is a Ryan legend. That bitch. Doing the same shit. She's doing the same shit. What?
This is very funny. You still need to go.
Dying. Hello?
I would lock the other door. Nobody.
You got a Rona?
You need to go home.
Yo, mom, baby girl. Who the fuck is baby girl? Hello?
He just called.
Hello? Anyways.
What? Go home. What are you doing?
Do-dum-dum. What a white woman at? Might be the one. Might be the one. Oh man.
This is why I don't come out.
I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. Oh, I know that one. That one hurt. But she knocked out. That one hurt. Let's put it up. With your stupid ass. Look at her head already bleeding. Damn crazy. Look at the top of her head. Damn crazy. Oh my God. That's blood on the top of her head. For sure.
It is. I want to go check her.
You hate to see it, boy. Out of here. Stupid ass.
I'm not gonna look
Hey, you got $7 on your hand?
Yeah, man. Zombie Karen. That is Zombie Karen. Where that was, I don't know. But that's
I'm gonna knock your pussy out
hilarious.
like Fright Night. Hit it with a left. Hit it with a right.
The fact that the DJ had the presence of mind to play that song during Zombie Karen attack, bro, that is crazy.
Hey, this is the part that everybody seems to miss. If you really would listen to that video, she definitely calls him the N-word.
Oh, I did miss that.
She definitely calls him the N-word, and then follows it up with "You're a racist, black boy."
I heard that part though.
Yeah, you heard that part. But if you watch it over again, you're gonna see her call him the N-word. Absolutely.
Oh God. You know what? I like that Karen video because that Karen video wasn't harmful to anyone else other than her.
Yeah.
So I that was a very enjoyable Karen video. I like that one.
Listen, I thoroughly enjoyed that video. I always like to see people like that in unfortunate situations. I do. I take a certain pleasure in it. The way she was running into that door was hilarious. I think I might actually start my days off with that video for about a week or so, just to let it internalize, you know. Man, that was fucking nuts. That was nuts.
I feel bad that she couldn't break the window. Like I feel bad that she
It's best that she didn't break that window for herself.
For herself.
I mean, I don't feel bad that she ain't break it, but I feel like I would have loved to see it climax into the window breaking. Like it was it was very anticlimactic in the sense that she didn't actually do the window. So I understand.
Wait,
it was
side note. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but side note. The way she was looking on that window, though, fam. I'm saying, I mean, she was getting it in.
I don't know if it was this or was it this that she was putting up at the window. Like I wasn't sure what she was doing.
The way she was looking at that window, I was like, yo, obviously she's getting down in these streets, though. You know, she probably
Jill Scott action.
It was the middle finger. What you want to say? Steph, you was trying to say something?
No, I said she was Jill Scott action. That's all.
You saying something before that, I think. But man, it was literally like the scene from I Am Legend at the end where dude is trying to get through the glass to get to Will Smith.
Oh yes,
it was crazy.
Yeah, but he actually ended up breaking that glass though. Like he ended up while Will was running away.
If Karen went zombied out, she might have got through it. She was out of there. She looked like she was on that synthetic weed. Yeah, you know, synthetic weed hit a little different.
What do you guys think she would have done if she would have gotten through the glass?
She would have licked every nigga in there.
She would have coughed on him. Right. She would have coughed and licked on him. She was trying to spread the disease. That's all that was. That was that's why she licked the door.
Yeah. And poor officers. I feel bad for the officers who had to come touch the door handle after that, though. And they got to lock her up.
And we got to realize, like, when we talk about the type of, like, we always be like, oh, man, if I was back in the day, they wouldn't have done X, Y, and Z to me, and I would have been smarter. Yo, you're seeing what these people's descendants are doing during a pandemic to spread a virus. They're intentionally doing this. Like, these are these people. That's what their mindset is.
Oh, man, you hate white people?
Oh, no, I love white people. I love white people. I didn't say it was just white people. You know, the people who came here and brutalized people to found this country, they weren't all just white. Some of them look just as black as us.
All right. Hey, so check it. I want to read some of these comments. My man K Haygood which I believe is my dude, Ken Bookins. Karens are losing their mind. Salute to Ken Bookins for his Cash App. I see you, brother. I appreciate that. Ish says, good Wednesday, my friends. Good morning, sir. And Snuggle668 says, the fact that these people have the ability to do this with no fear of repercussions to say something says a lot. It does say a lot. It does say a lot. Yeah, but speaking of repercussions, we're gonna go from Karen's revenge to what's this? Karen's karma. Let's call this one Karen's karma. All right. Yeah, we got some karma for Karen. I think if you haven't heard, I think a lot of us probably have. This comes to us from CNN. Woman who called cops on black man bird watching in Central Park faces charges. He went ahead and locked Shorty up. So let's watch this video, see what they talking about in regards to her. It says the white woman called the cops on a black man who was bird watching in Central Park will be prosecuted, the Manhattan District Attorney said Monday. Amy Cooper, the woman who was filmed accusing the black man of threatening her, faces a charge of falsely reporting an incident in the 3rd degree, according to the DA. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
Threatening me and my dog. There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my. I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately. Please stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Please, like.
Excuse me.
The messaging aimed at her has been, quite significant. And some of the messaging, I am told, has been death threat. And that is wholly inappropriate and abhorrent and should stop immediately. I think her apology is sincere. I'm not sure if in that apology she recognizes that while she may not be or consider herself a racist, that particular act was definitely racist.
Okay, so that video was basically a flashback into what we already knew. It wasn't anything we didn't know about the situation. However, like I said, when I read from the article, according to the DA, she was charged with falsely reporting an incident. I'm not going to read any more of the article, but we already know that she was fired from her job, and
Right.
now actually has a case on her record. So my question to you is, one, which I think I know the answer. Do you think that she was justly arrested? And also, how hard do you think it's going to be for her to find another job?
Well, it's always hard. It's always difficult for felons to get back. I think one of the charges that they left off is animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Listen, the way she handled that dog, man, I was really concerned for the dog watching the whole video. She's like, man, she was choking the shit out of the dog. I'm serious. Like, that dog was in danger. For real.
Poor dog, right? No, I do think that she'll be able to get another job. Actually, she probably is already working somewhere else right now. But in addition to this, I do feel like she doesn't realize how and even the dude who made the phone call saying that her apology was sincere, you can't possibly truly believe that, because when someone makes those allegations against you, they already have a certain mindset of how they are perceiving you. So whether or not, the lucky thing is that he survived that, and that cops didn't show up and just shoot him on sight. That's the good thing about the situation. But realistically, she knew what she was setting up when she made that phone call. She knew what the trigger statements would be to make when making that phone call. If somebody's not threatening your life and they're not attacking you physically and they're not putting their hands on you, and you create that type of statement, you know what you are signaling to police officers for them to come and do, or how they should come and treat the situation. So I felt like she knew exactly what to do, how to do that, and her apology was not sincere. But because this is a system of, how they already have things set up, of course she's gonna have a job very soon, if not already working.
Hey, Logic.
Yes, sir.
You gonna tell me that's not a prison library that young man is in?
I think the library is a lot more extensive than that. I don't know.
Maybe, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer for the inmates.
Listen, I'm about to say, yeah, he got it. He got it on the inside.
He's a lawyer for the other inmates.
Got a degree on the inside.
Hey man, you got to get how you live.
And he got his commissary now.
That's exactly what he grabbed.
Let them boys run in your locker, man.
It's all good. Yo, you know what? On the Karen story, I'm gonna take the heat off myself for a second. But on the Karen story, what's funny though is that I can't even advocate for that man. Like, I want to be able to say, man, it was wrong. It was wrong that what happened to him, but I can't do that. I gotta advocate for the dog now, because when he had the chance, when he had the chance, and they're like, yeah, we're about to stick it to this woman. We just need your cooperation. He's like, no, I'm not snitching on Karen. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, no, what are you doing? So yeah, he got to go, man. He got to go. And like you said, the way she gaffled up that dog and almost strangled the dog, she's so lucky that the dog had a better spirit than she did.
Where's Peter?
The dog didn't even bite her.
Where's Peter? Peter was all on Vic. Like, you got Karen in this whole, on camera.
They were all on Lil' Kim. They threw paint on Lil' Kim when she was in New York.
All right, keep that same energy. Another thing with that fake with the fake report. Like, yeah, keep going after her. Like, the way that it was on VeeSmilez about faking faking a report. You got to be on her the same way. Keep that same energy.
That's why I felt like VeeSmilez should have gotten away with that, because there's so many people who make false reports, some that are not recorded, that people never hear of, and nothing never happens, to that. So I think that should be something that they should start putting into play.
Niggas file fake reports every day, B.
The issue, I was gonna say the issue is that Smollett represented a piece of white supremacy that's not talked about often, but he represented the messaging that the kind of what do you call it? The kind of messaging that homosexuality is in the open and these people should be a protected class. So when the police responded to him as if he's a protected class one, and then he's also a person in the media who promotes certain agendas, etc. That's who he is. And so when the police responded, they responded like, "Oh, this is a celebrity. He has an issue." They spent so much money to respond to it, only to find out that he was lying. That's why he's getting in trouble. Now, remind me, did he actually get? Did they actually end up dropping those charges? I thought at one point they were dropping charges.
No,
I thought that they did too, and they picked him up.
Yeah.
Oh, they picked him back up.
He's been what was it? Was it something prosecutor? Damn, I can't remember. But yeah, this shit's still on.
Yeah, they I remember you're right, because they did drop them at a certain point, and then they reopened an investigation. But even when it comes back to the whole Karen thing, even when it comes to these Karen situations, she's not sincere, and I have to keep saying that, because she knew what she wanted the officers to do when she said that someone was attacking her. When you make a statement that someone is attacking you, that now gives the officers the lead way to come in thinking we have to come in excessive. We have to come in using our force to protect this lady. And she knew by saying that would warrant that. But the joke was on her because that's exactly what didn't happen.
Hey, Logic, I can say one more thing.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right. The Karen situation. You actually raised a really good point.
The new name is Karen Smilez.
But damn, you threw me off just now. Anyway. All right, forget it. I ain't gonna hold it. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold it.
Read these comments and then let it come back to you. Back to you in time. So Virginia Sim says that exact exchange with the cops is one of the reasons we've been killed with impunity by the police for hundreds of years. And my boy Ken says Karen Cooper should win an Oscar award.
She don't deserve an Oscar. She wasn't even good enough.
So this is what I was thinking, right? The dude, he said, you know, she was very sincere in her apology, and that's just an example of black people being too forgiving. Okay, black people, we keep forgiving people, and I know we've been trained to forgive people because God told us to forgive them. Listen, but people got to read scripture and read the whole thing. God we have to forgive like God forgives. God forgives with people who repent and change their ways and turn from their old ways. These white people ain't changing from their old ways, bro. You forgiving and they ain't changing. Like that, God don't even do that. You see what I'm saying? Black people way too forgiving. Like if the shoe was on the other foot, bro, they would not forgive you.
Yep.
They won't.
Now you're 100% right about that.
Facts.
100% right about that. Hold on, I did a little buzz. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to a little more lighthearted topic. We're gonna talk about pop culture real quick, and we're gonna get into DJ academics. I believe Vanessa, did you send us this article? I believe Vanessa.
I did put that in the comments because I've seen that and I thought it was hilarious. Not the first part. I put the article that I put up was that his girlfriend felt like she was being
we have that. I think we have that one too. So, but this one comes to us from the source. So before we get to that, we're going to talk about. We're going to follow up because in the last episode we talked about DJ academics going on a drunk rant when he became a gangster all of a sudden, and he was telling people that he was inviting people to his dick, and he was disrespecting people's women, and he was all around just disrespecting people and talking that greasy shit. So DJ academics was suspended by Complex for sexist Chrissy Teigen rant. So I think he forgot for a minute that he was talking about a racially ambiguous woman in 2000. I also believe one of the things I said in the earlier episode, if you watch, I believe that he thinks that he's on a decline, so he kind of lashed out. And one thing scared people do is they lash out. The same way you kind of hear that scared people are the ones who usually kill people. It's kind of the same thing. When someone's scared, they usually lash out. And he lashed out and ended up getting what he was probably scared of, which is penalizing his own career with this rant. So the article goes on to say Complex most popular personality has been suspended by the media company after sexist rant about Chrissy Teigen on Wednesday. The internet personality has been suspended from Twitch.
Twitch too?
Yeah, where he used his platform to attack Teigen, and that's where he gets a lot of his donations via Twitch, his Twitch stream. So I didn't think he saw that coming. DJ Academics issued an apology on Thursday without saying Chrissy Teigen's name. Academics claim that he spoke to the management at Complex about the comics, as well as his Everyday Struggle co-host Nadeska. Academics says in the video that he will be taking the next 2 episodes off. So only 2 episodes off. I guess that's not that bad, but I have a hunch that they might not even bring him back. I don't know. I don't think he added that much to the show. I think they can find another internet personality to take his slot, and or somebody who's like a failing hip hop artist or something to just take his spot. You know what I mean?
I just feel like I'm not completely against this whole thing because Chrissy Teigen has been like for me, like perceiving things, like her and John Legend has done a lot in the press, and they've made a lot of statements, and they've stood on a lot of different things. And then for me, when it comes to people making statements outside of that, somebody who's just, you know, making their opinion about what they see or how they feel, I don't feel like they should be fired from what they're doing for that. I feel like he made a statement based on how he felt. He felt like she should, you know, whatever. And that's just how he felt. Like for me, I don't think that someone should have their job taken away because of that.
Move your head real quick and finish your statement. Move your head.
No, I was
the other side on the mic.
Yeah, I was saying that I don't feel like someone should have their job taken away because of that. You can make your statement, you say how you feel, and I don't think that it should change anything.
Okay, Stephon.
Oh man! First off, your boy DJ Academic is becoming the Bobby Brown of podcasts. This boy, he beefing with everybody. You know what I'm saying? One week is Soldier Boy, next month is Chrissy Teigen, and then John Legend ain't even the one you beefing with. Check your bitch. Check it. Your boy is wild, man. He out of control.
Right.
And then, especially because you think you can tell a white woman, you can call a white woman a bitch. You think it's just gonna fly.
Racially ambiguous. I don't know what she is. She's racially ambiguous, but that's enough in today's world. But go ahead.
Hey, I caught you last time you said that shit, talking about some racially ambiguous. You know goodness well mixed. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's racially ambiguous in this world. But go ahead. When people can't tell, it's like they black, but they kind of not black. I don't know what it is.
Have you seen her body? That's a white woman.
Well, she's Thai and black. Like that's what she is.
Okay, there you go. See, there you go. Thai and black. But go ahead. Finish your statement, Stephon.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he bugging out. And I think you made a good point about him being scared because he losing steam. He definitely is losing steam. He really ain't, for lack of better words, he really ain't shit. Show ain't that good. It's really not.
Right.
Doing something to stay relevant, it seemed like he just trying to pick fights because he was talking about, he was beefing with somebody else the other day, wasn't he?
He was beefing with every fucking body. He was beefing with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
He said something to the effect of your house is no different than mine, alluding to the fact that he looked up his address and then said, you know, but that don't mean I'm gonna pull up because I ain't that type of nigga, you know, acting like, you know, somebody should be scared of him pulling up. Like Freddie Gibbs is a whole gangster. He don't give a fuck if you come to his doorstep. You know what I'm saying? You lunch meat, you come to that nigga doorstep. But anyway, let me let you finish your point though.
Oh no, man, you just bringing it home, man. This dude, nigga, on some goofy shit, trying to stay relevant. It's nothing we ain't never seen. It's really a trick out of Wendy Williams' bag, if we being honest.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Wendy survived the test of time, but go ahead, answer that.
She has. But listen, when Wendy starts fading out, she knows how to do something to draw people back in. And this is what it seems like he's doing.
Schoolboy, unmute your mic.
Yo, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a big DJ Academics fan. I know he's got a place. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like where his fans at? Because I've literally, you know, I don't talk about DJ Academics often, but when I talk to my people, does somebody say, "Man, did you hear that new what DJ Academics said?" Like the thing that I remember him from is I think at one point he was associated with Star's platform, and then at another point. He had that issue with the Migos, and that really wasn't anything that he had anything to do with. He was just sitting over there looking weak and scared. So
that was hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what he's known for. But now he's out here beefing with people. It just seems like he's in a situation where, like you said, he's spiraling out of control. He's losing relevancy, and this is his way, sort of like the Eminem factor. Let me go out here and just start beef with everybody and see what sticks to the wall. I'm okay with never having to hear about his antics, honestly. You know what I mean? Like anybody can get drunk on Twitch and just talk shit. That's not a skill. I don't know that that's something that we should just be promoting, you know?
No, I get it. I understand the logic of, you know, sometimes people do try to do things to bring attention or light onto themselves. But truth be told, like when it comes to, you know, people who are podcasters, people who are commentators, like I feel like people do have their right to their opinions, and they do have a right to say how they feel when it comes to public personalities. And I personally feel like certain public personalities, like, they get extremely offended and they don't want to take the heat, positive or negative. You know, sometimes when it comes to things that may be too touchy to them, they want to call somebody who's at the top of the magazine or call the CEO of a company that you may work for and try to take money away from you because they don't like something that you said. I don't think that that should be warranted. I really don't.
Well, you know what? That's a good point, and I'm gonna speak to both of them. So, Schoolboy says he doesn't really remember where DJ Academics, even how he got the notoriety that he has. I want to put some respect on his grind, that how he came up. How he came up was he created he identified a formula that worked for him, which was he talked about music artists and their dilemmas and their problems, and he would put B-roll on top of the dilemmas. So it wasn't, you know, as a filmmaker, as someone who's in the production and media, I thought it was brilliant because he would just use the same maybe 1 to 2 minute of B-roll, keep it on a loop, and tell you exactly what you don't have the time to research. Because all of us don't have the time to research and go through all the diss tracks and go through all the bullshit to understand why the fuck such and such is beefing with such and such, right? So that's how he came up. Then he kind of reached a height of getting picked up by Complex. And that's when you talked about him being affiliated with Star, because Star was on the Complex show as well, Everyday Struggle, when it came to season 2. So he was part of season 1, and then season 2, Star came in, and they worked together for a short while. I do understand. Huh?
Didn't they have a previous relationship though on Star's other platform on YouTube?
No, I think you're thinking about DJ. It was somebody else named DJ
Alias.
DJ Alias. Oh, that's right. My fault.
Yeah, I think that guy DJ Alias is a
No,
lot.
they were with Joe Budden the first go around with Complex.
Right. So DJ Alias, not to be confused with DJ Academics. I think DJ Alias is a lot more solid than their Academics. And Academics actually is supposedly a well-educated brother. And I agree with you, V, that people shouldn't be able to pull the plug on you based on your opinion, but with a lot of power comes great responsibility. And, you know, with him reaching the heights he's reached from just making vlogs in his bedroom, he should be mindful of the time we in when he just invites people to suck his dick and check his kids and, you know, things of that nature. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got the right to say what you want, but you can't tell people how to respond.
True.
So, you know, and his biggest check, his biggest you know, height and platform that he has is no longer his going live on Twitch and YouTube. It's the fact that he's on Complex. So right now, Complex see themselves as tied at the hip with him. So that if they don't penalize him in some form or fashion, they're going to seem like they condone it. So we'll see what happens. We'll follow the story. But it kind of gets worse for DJ Academics because this came to us via, I know you definitely sent us this. This is what you
Yeah, I was very upset when I seen this because this just made me mad.
Tell us what this is.
Okay. So it's a video from YouTube. Let me close this. It's basically DJ Academics ex-girlfriend. She said that he's a cheater. He fucks women raw, and she claims that he beat her allegedly.
All right, well, let's get into the video. Comes to us. It looks like she went live on Instagram, and then World Star ripped it. Were you gonna say something, Steph, before we go into it?
I was just gonna say who cheats on a significant other with a condom? Like that don't make sense to me. Like raw pussy always gonna be better than condom pussy. Like, who does that? Oh, yeah,
That's what you're supposed to do. Go ahead.
So many things. Like AK is abusive mentally and physically. I have the receipts to show. AK has put me through a lot. The reason why I'm depressed and I have to take medications to feel happy is because of AK. He's a monster. Like, when I see AK, I just see a demon. I legit see a demon because, like, I know who he is. Nobody knows who he is. Like, I'm the last person he should have ever had the audacity to expose. because I know you. Like, you know, you could say whatever you want about me, but it can never amount to, you know what I know about you. I know who you are. He's never went to war with somebody who knows who he is. It was always with somebody that just knowed him from the internet. I lived with the man. That was my man. Like, he's a liar, a manipulator, a dream seller. Any girl that comes around him, he sells them a dream just so he can fuck them. He will not make a move on any girl that's been around AK will say it too. He will not make a move on you until he gets you drunk. It's point blank, period. He's not going to initiate any type of sexual activity until after you're drunk. That is just so, like, pervy to me. You know what else I thought was very pervy? Like, I bet you, ladies, AK is not a hard man to get to. I promise you. You guys can all slide in his DMs and he will respond. He can be like, yo, like link up. He's gonna send you a Uber, get you a hotel. He will fuck you. Like, he has like no like filter when it comes to like the type of woman he likes. He will legit fuck anybody and he will fuck everybody raw. Like,
okay. There you have it. Academic.
Yeah, we don't need the whole thing.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing. But yo, I'm gonna let y'all weigh in before I weigh in because you know I'm just gonna say I'm not impressed. But go ahead.
Yo, let me
go ahead.
I was gonna say she's definitely looking for the bag right now. She's trying to sue this man. She's like, oh, I have to take medication. I've been going to my therapist at $180 an hour, and I definitely need some support to get through this difficult time. Also, did y'all see this chick eating out that plastic, out that Chinese food?
I missed that actually.
Not only was she eating out the Chinese food, but what kind of basic gutter Chinese eating face at? Are you just sitting over there picking out the vegetables like a little kid? Like, wait, put the vegetables back in that thing, man.
Now I have to make it clear that DJ Academic's net worth right now is $3 million. So there is a bag to actually get. Now, when I seen this show up on, on the internet, I said to myself, just by the picture of her and him together, if DJ Academics wasn't who he is, she wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole at all, ever. So she has to be honest about that. So now with her coming out saying that allegedly that he put his hands on her, I don't believe her. We need bruises. Rihanna showed her picture. I want to see your face smashed in. That's what I want to see. And then I'll believe you.
Whoa.
Yes, that's what I need now. Too many females are coming out. I personally think like maybe she asked Academic to buy her something that was too far out of her budget. And he was like, no. And then she got mad. So she broke up with him. I really think that it was definitely based on some type of monetary gain. And I think that Academics was probably smart enough to keep her away from the money, which a lot of men are being like that now, which is a good thing. And she was very upset about that. So I think that in turn, she created this whole, storyline about him allegedly putting his hands on her.
She wanted a real fur coat instead of that big bird.
She was tired of it.
That fox.
My fault. Go ahead, Stephon.
Now, the two things that need to be addressed immediately when she says, he'll sell a woman a dream just to fuck her. Nigga, that's game. You supposed to do that. Like, nigga, that's what niggas do. Like, that is nothing new.
Exactly.
Like I tell you, yeah, girl, you the most beautiful woman in the world. Woo, woo, woo. Niggas, once you get it, you out of there. That's how the game go.
And if that's all it took to get into your panties, that's your fault.
Right, she's game goofy. She's game goofy, and now she's trying to bring that back on Academics. Like that's his fault.
Then she goes on to say, "Oh, he don't fuck unless he was drunk." But you was in a whole relationship with this nigga. a whole relationship with this nigga. Like, I don't want to hear that. You feel
The
me?
money dried up.
That goes. I was curious too. It was like, how do you know about all these inner workings of how he fucks other girls?
If you weren't okay with that,
right?
You knew about it, but you was staying because the money was good. So I'm kind of missing. You can miss me with this.
Let's go.
I need antidepressants, man. Kill yourself.
And yes, and also it showed how easy it was to get you. All he had to do was send an Uber, and for you to slide into his DMs. Like, so we're clear on how you came into the picture.
Ooh.
It makes it very clear. What makes you any different?
Yeah, so basically, y'all summing up my point, which is that she told on herself more than she told on academics. That's
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read this comment and then we're gonna move on. Slim says, "Sound like she's clout chasing. If he was really such a shitty dude, why didn't she immediately bounce?"
Facts.
And we're gonna have to agree with you on that, Slim. So we're gonna continue with the I guess the thought topics. Yeah, that's I don't know. We're going to come up with some names for these segments: the thought topics, the Karens, the the pandemic update, things like that nature. But this also comes to us from Vanessa. You want to introduce this video of this woman pimp? Speaking of game,
Yes, this lady who is living her best life and doing what she needs to get men what they need.
Okay, let's go into the 3-minute video.
I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on. Oh, you got it up on the screen?
Yeah, it's a 3-minute video, so we're gonna play probably at least most of it. It depends how good it gets. I waited to watch this for Vanessa, so we can watch it during the show. So let's get into it.
Good morning. I'm actually headed to one of my hoes' house. He said he need help paying his rent. So child support took his stimulus check. They're taking his unemployment check. His baby mama won't help him. I said, baby, you ain't got to worry about that. I help you pay for your rent. I help you get back on your feet till that bag come back in. Listen, fellas, if you tired of fucking with them broke and them leeches, come fuck with me. We getting money and we suck on you like peaches. Yeah, I was laying down in my bed, chilling, relaxing, and two of my hoes text me and said they was hungry. So I killed 2 birds in one stone. I go and get both of them something to eat from the same place. One of them got fried chicken dinner. That's right here with 2 sides. The other one got some smothered pork chops and 2 sides. Listen, come fuck with me if you hungry, baby. Stop fucking with the help. Come fuck with the well. Good afternoon to my hoes. I miss y'all. I hope y'all having a wonderful afternoon. Currently, I'm headed to one of my hoes' house, one of y'all co-partners' house. And basically, he said he need a haircut, so I'm about to drop him off like $30, get him a taper real quick. That's just what I do for my hoes. I make sure my hoes looking good. If you're going to be by my side, I got to make sure you got a haircut, make sure your beard and stuff shaved. On another note, he said he tired of all his ex-girlfriends. They always just was getting on his nerves and complaining on some bullshit. Fellas, if you tired of your girlfriend complaining, come fuck with E. With me, it's only gagging, no nagging. Good morning. Just up thinking about my hoes as usual. Hoping y'all having a wonderful morning. That's a kiss for all my hoes this morning with y'all handsome selves. Also, if you're tired of getting treated like shit by your girlfriend, come fuck with me. Where at nighttime, I'll let you play with my walls or I'll let you teabag with your balls. It's up to you. Good morning to my handsome hoes.
So I think we get the point. I think she's capping.
You think so?
I think as someone who's made a mockumentary in the past, I think she found a niche and she basically playing the female pimp. And I think this woman is going to end up on TV with this shit. I think she's going to end up in a movie.
Hey, while you playing, y'all see me with my phone. I was trying to find her on Instagram.
You want to be one of those?
Oh, for sure. You hear me? Hey, listen. And when she said no nag, just gagging, no nagging, I was sold. You hear me?
Yo, I feel you now. I feel you. The first time I watched the video, I was ready. I was like, sign me up. Exactly.
I guess this is what niggas actually want, huh?
Hey, listen.
Gagging, no nagging.
Absolutely. Shut your mouth.
When I first seen this video as a female, for me, I said to myself, I could never. Now, I'm not saying I'm not the type of chick that I love to give a man gifts. Like if a man takes care of me, he does well by me. I have no problem like spending money on you, buying something for you, doing something for you. Because for me, that's just who I am. That's just how I am. But just to be taking care of niggas and then not like my husband, like I can't see myself doing that. Now I can gag and not nag, but I don't need to buy you lunch too. Like you got to make a decision. You could either get lunch or you get gagging and no nagging. Like it's
listen.
You
You
can't
gotta be able to do both. Yeah, you gotta be able to do
No,
both.
but
you
babe,
can't get both.
my future wife just said, "No leeches. We suck on you like peaches." You hear me?
Wow.
We just gonna slide past.
So now,
These were
now you're
bars.
marrying her. Now you're
I got-
marrying her.
Hold on, we
I gotta-
gotta over each other. I didn't hear Vanessa. Say that again, Vanessa.
No, I was saying now Stephon, now you're marrying her. It went from you wanting to be oh now she's your future wife.
I got aspirations.
Oh God,
Baby, I've been making plans.
Here's why we know that she's capping. It's nice, it's funny, etc. But she got all these hoes, and nobody's reached up into her ceiling to replace the battery for her fire alarm. That thing just beeping the whole time she's talking in her house, just beeping and beeping and beeping. If she had all these hoes, why didn't one of these hoes get up there and put that battery in there?
Yeah, you're right. Because if I had hoes, they would definitely be doing some handiwork around my motherfucking house. You goddamn right.
Let me tell you why.
That being said,
Stephon, where's the work not being done?
Oh, hold on. Let schoolboy finish this.
Sorry.
If she needs somebody to put a battery in her ceiling in her fire alarm, she can definitely call me, inbox me, hit me up, let me know what I need to do to get that battery right. Okay.
Hey, Stephon.
I'm used to being broke, so I know about that thing going off. You are immune to it. And once you're immune to it, you don't even realize it's there no more. That's what's going on. That's the only reason why nigga ain't fixing. Niggas is just used to the sound. Beep. Beep. Right. They be like, what's all that noise? You be like, what noise?
Let me get into some of these comments. Amir says, good morning, I Rant. Let me see. Slim says, why does this sound like one of those late night infomercials? Robert says, good morning, family and friends. Good morning to you. Good morning, Amir. Mike says, your old best eye in the building. Salute to Mike, aka DJ Hollywood, aka DJ Dr. Hollywood, pardon himself, and salute to Bed-Stuy. So we got some of the funny stuff out the way, you know, not even out the way. We went and we spoke about some serious stuff. We gave you the pandemic update. We spoke about DJ Academics losing his shit. We spoke about the Karens going crazy. We spoke about zombie Karen, and we also spoke about Karen Smilez being charged for that false accusation on a brother in Central Park. And we also just went into some thought news, some thought topics. And now we're going to go into something more serious. Now, I can't pronounce the name. Somebody's going to have to pronounce this name for me. This name is a little crazy, but we're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. Somebody correct me on that pronunciation of her name. She's been associated with the Epstein Island. And we're going to talk about her being ready to name names in 6ix9ine out the pedophiles. Can somebody pronounce his name for me? Does anybody know the correct pronunciation of his name? Schoolboy, do you know?
Yeah, Ghislaine. It's actually Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay, Ghislaine Maxwell says this. We got a couple articles on her. She's been arrested in connection to the Epstein Island, and we're going to watch this first video and see what they're talking about in regards to her being arrested. Let's go.
Ghislaine Maxwell is ready to talk. According to reports, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice is set to cooperate with the FBI after being arrested yesterday. And experts say Maxwell has every incentive to name names. Nancy Grace thinks it could mean bad news for many powerful men, including Prince Andrews.
All they've got to do is keep her alive, all right? Don't let her commit suicide. Don't let her be killed. Keep her alive, because I guarantee you right now, there are a lot of powerful people, men, in the U.S. and Britain who are quaking in their boots about what Ghislaine Maxwell may say about them, all the way from Wall Street to Washington.
Emily, I'm going to go to you first, former federal prosecutor. Who are these other men, and can they keep her safe?
I'll answer your second question first. I hope that the government keeps her safe. I hope that for the same reasons that I hope they protect all inmates. I think that it is obvious she is a wealth of knowledge and information for this international underage sex scheme that occurred for years and years. And if I may point a couple things out too about her case that is different than Epstein's. First of all, the fact that she does have all of that information, or undoubtedly does not erase her own culpability. And the fact that she played an incredibly insidious and active part of recruiting and grooming and abusing these girls. And in my opinion, an even more insidious role, because it was she that lent that reassuring presence to them, that normalized sexual behavior, so that when it came time for the abuse, the girls felt safe with her around there and had been normalized to that type of what ultimately became toxic and incredibly violent behavior. The 3 incidents alleged in the indictment by the government against her took place in the 90s, by the way, and Epstein's took place in 2002 through 2005. And the difference is that in the Federal Sex Trafficking Act, when it involves minors, there's no statute of limitations, meaning that clearly the incidents that the government is prosecuting here and charging, that there is ironclad evidence in their eyes of minors' acts and activities in the conspiracy and whatnot, and especially, of course, her 2016 perjury counts. And I think that's a really big deal here, because it means that they wouldn't bring it without that type of leverage they feel they have. And final point, much has been made about, oh no, what if she gets a plea deal because of this volume of information that she can put forth? But plea deals they are convictions. So I think that we should reserve a type of apprehension about that. The 99.7% conviction rate the federal government has is mostly due to those plea agreements. And so certainly what if they offer that to her, any type of charge she would accept conviction for would be 100% grotesque, because that's what her charges are.
Yeah, she would have to confess. Brian Yennis did an exclusive interview with a 14-year-old, well, she's not 14 now, but at 14 years old, she was assaulted. And she talks about how she was gang raped and they tried to intimidate her after she got pregnant. I mean, what are they going to do here?
Exactly. What they did is they point that she is just as bad as Epstein, according to this young girl who's now a young lady now, and she wants to see justice paid, to send a message and to also help her healing, because when you have that type of experience as a teen, logic tells you it's going to be very tough having a normal life. I have a couple of things that Geraldo's uniquely equipped to answer. Why would somebody with so many options choose to come back to New Hampshire knowing that she's facing life in prison or worse? Why wouldn't she stay in a place that we couldn't even get her out of anyway? Like Prince Andrew is cowering in the corner of some palace, and she decides to come back as if she really thinks she needs to hide in New Hampshire. She could hide anywhere. What do you think's going on here?
Well, I think that the fact that she was still in the United States indicates that maybe our view of the strength of the case against her is wrong. I mean, I would have used her staying in the country were I her attorney to argue that she was not a flight risk, that she could be, given bail or house arrest until her case was heard. Why she decided to stay, and when you buy a 156-acre spread in New Hampshire, a relatively sparsely populated state, it's not exactly a subtle move. She used G Max as her address, her initials in essence. So there's more going on there. I detest what Epstein purportedly did and what this woman allegedly did in aiding and abetting the abuse of these children. But what I see as the real lesson of this morality tale is the toxic impact of money. Why did Bill Clinton want to hang around with Jeffrey Epstein? Why did Prince Andrew want up to hide out in Epstein's apartment, which happens to be the largest private residence in Manhattan. What about all of these others, Harvard University and all of these prestigious institutions? Why did they, court him even after he was busted in the state case
let me get Kennedy
for child abuse?
Kennedy, why is it that the rich, powerful, and well-connected play by different rules? I mean, I think the answer to the question why she was in New Hampshire is she thought she was going to get away with it.
Yeah, she thought she was going to live free, but she's going to die in prison, as she should. This is not someone who's just helping out or codependent with Jeffrey Epstein. She is accused of sexually molesting children, and shame on her and everyone else who has protected her. Shame on Alex Azar for giving Jeffrey Epstein the deal he did as a U.S. attorney in Florida. If you watch the Netflix series Filthy Rich about Epstein, it will make your stomach turn. It will make you absolutely sick. You don't have to be a parent of girls. I happen to have 2 girls, and it made me so incredibly angry, not only at Epstein, who's waiting in hell for her, but also Ghislaine Maxwell, who abused these children herself and knowingly for years and years extended this cycle and essentially ruined their lives. And I hope the victims have their real day in court and they get to look her in the eye. And their testimony is the nail in her coffin.
Amen to that. And I hope they get every single person. I don't care what political party they're associated with, because these are nasty people.
There you have it. There you have it. And there's another article that I was going to pull up after that says that she got the same lawyer as El Chapo.
Yeah, I seen that.
What the fuck? First of all, I think it's disgusting what these people are doing. But I also want to point out that the fact that mainstream media, as well as the other rich and powerful people standing up against them, just shows that they probably were done with them. So I think it's more to the story. I do believe that what they're being charged with is true, but I do believe that the reason they're being charged now is because whoever they were associated with is done with them. I'll just put that out there now. Stephon, what do you have to say?
Oh, well, where do we start? Well, first of all, I think a shout out is in order to Julie K. Brown, the reporter in of the Miami Herald who actually solved this case. It wasn't actually the police.
Right.
But it does go to show how rich people pretty much get away with everything. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Also, but that white woman was furious. You hear me?
She was.
And rightfully so. But it makes me feel like that's the reason R. Kelly was put in the forefront as a distraction. You know, it's always that conspiracy theory. Don't be distracted by such and such because this is really going on. Back in the 90s when R. Kelly was going through his shit, they were going through their shit too. But who was at the forefront and who has been made the forefront of child molestation in these last, 20 years? It's been black men, whether you talk about Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, like
Dr. York.
Black. Yeah, it's like we're made the faces of sexual assault cases, but we're really not. It's really white men. Like we ain't even mentioned the whole fucking the whole Catholic Church. Like, what was it? Hundreds of cases of molestation that the church was hiding. Like, come on, man. I believe this is a deeply rooted European thing. Might sound a little racist, but evidence proves is pointing towards more so yes than not.
I think Schoolboy has something to say before we go to Vanessa. He just looks real concerned as you talk.
No. I was working on something else, but yeah, of course, they need to, lock this woman up and also protect her testimony. But if she got the same lawyer as El Chapo, then her ass is going to jail. That's where El Chapo's at. She's gonna stay in jail for a little while. So maybe justice will be served in that respect.
Hold on, let me go to that article because I might have quoted it wrong. Let me just pull that up real quick because it might have said the lawyer who prosecuted El Chapo. Hold on, let me.
Either way, she's losing.
Either way,
Any lawyer associated with the El Chapo case, that did not work out well for him. And if I'm not mistaken, there was all kind of assassination attempts around that court case and stuff like that, gun battles and whatnot. So she's in for it.
Well,
she
I
might
have
get.
to-
Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say she might end up hanging from a string. That's all. That's it.
You know what's so crazy? Like, I don't really think that she would. Truth be told, like, for me, like, when I perceive these situations happening, you know, when it comes to the white men, the good old boys club, there's a lot of things that they keep to themselves. Even outside of somebody being white. When it comes to men being men and men having certain types of interactions or scenarios that happen with other people, men have a camaraderie within themselves where they speak about things and they don't tell anybody, not their wives, not their moms, nobody. It's something that's just amongst the boys. So I think maybe she may know a couple of things, but I personally believe that there's a lot of things that probably existed within that whole entire scenario that she has no clue about, that she can't even speak on because she literally doesn't have an idea about because they never let her in.
Nah, I think she was one of the boys in this scenario, but
right.
This is the article talking about. It comes to us from Fox News. It says alleged Jeffrey Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine, however you say her name, Maxwell, hires lawyer who helped take down El Chapo. So I stand corrected, but like Schoolboy said, it doesn't even matter because either way, she's going down. You know what I mean?
So basically, he hired that lawyer to understand how the other side is going to prosecute her because he prosecuted El Chapo. So she has a man on the inside with that lawyer. However, he basically proctored El Chapo's plea agreement at a certain point, you know, or offered him those kind of deals. So that's what she's going to be doing. She's going to be trying to get herself some kind of immunity to any kind of prosecution. She's got the money to actually make it happen. The question is society really going to let her off the hook like that? Yeah. And, you know, it's pointing towards she's a wealthy white woman, probably.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. I guess I can definitely see society, you know, giving her the victim card somewhere down the line. Maybe not right now, but, you know, after she starts speaking and talking about how she got involved in it and she, you know, spins the narrative and says she had no choice or something of that nature, you know, I can see people buying into that. So the homeboy Slim says, I see they conveniently forgot to mention she used to roll with Trump as well.
Conveniently.
And Mike says they're going to send the kill squad after her. They better keep her alive if they really want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want the truth to come out. Logic.
The truth is not going to come out. It's not going to come out. They're going to reveal. I mean, the only things that are going to be revealed is what the victims are revealing right now. But the real truth coming from their perspectives, it's never going to come out. And in a low-key way, I do respect the not snitching rule because in a sense, like, these people are taking these things to the grave, literally. Like, Jeffrey Epstein took things to his grave. Sometimes when things are so gruesome, some people can't even fathom the idea to even create the words to talk about what they've experienced. So they rather just take it to the grave.
That wasn't it.
This shit is sick. This shit is just sick. This shit is sick to my. It makes me sick to my stomach to think that they would be able to even get away with that shit for how long, as long as they did. And not to mention, I'm pretty sure they're not the first or the last. There's probably some shit still happening right now that we're not privy to, and shit needs to stop. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to say that this is a great plug for the universal basic income. And I just say that because a lot of the little girls that were being victimized, they were doing it because there was a money motive. Like, oh, I can get into school, I can pay some bills, I'm going to get to travel around the world. It was that they didn't have access to those opportunities or that money unless they were doing what Epstein and company wanted them to do. So, you know, the government going ahead and saying, hey, if you're, you know, between the ages of 16 and 50 something or whatever, you know, here goes some money to make sure your living expenses are taken care of. Now people aren't making those kind of desperate decisions.
Okay. So we spoke about today. We spoke about the pandemic update. We spoke about Karen's be crazy. We spoke about zombie Karen. We spoke about Karen Smilez with the fake charges that she tried to file on the brother and sent.
Love that name, by the way.
No doubt, Karen
Smollett.
We spoke about academics losing his shit and getting suspended in the process, and we just spoke about Maxwell Epstein co-conspirator possibly dropping names and having the same lawyer who took down El Chapo. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and before we get out of here, I'm just going to end the show talking about Ricky Smiley's daughter. Ricky Smiley's daughter was shot on the way to get some food, and I believe in Houston. So I'm going to, and I think Ricky Smiley is a great example of a family man, of a businessman, someone who's not just a comedian, but someone who's actually a comedian and or activist. He does a lot for his community. Some of his children, as I believe, were children he adopted from some of his fraternity brothers who passed away. This is a real family-oriented man who still finds a time to tend to his business. So I really send my heart out to this brother. And when I put out my first film and we were just promoting it, Ricky Smiley Morning Show, they actually put our trailer on their website. So they keep their ear to the streets as well, and they try to help people like myself and ourselves coming up. So I just think it's really unfortunate that his daughter was shot and no fault to her own. I'm going to read a little bit of the story. This comes to us from KTLA. It says 19-year-old daughter of comedian and syndicated radio host Ricky Smiley is currently recovering after being shot during an alleged road rage incident. And I will play this video, but I do want to end reading the article there because I just want to end it on a positive note that she's even recovering, because she could have died immediately and she's still here with us. And I do hope that, you know, she pulls through. So we're just going to play this video just for the sake of research and just to be factual about the incident. And Black people, we need to get it together. We need to really, I'm assuming it was people of color who was in the shootout. But we need to really just protect our own, and we need to think twice before we get into any type of bullshit. So we're going to keep an eye on this case, but we're going to see what the facts are so far. And then a fucking commercial. So anyway, yeah, that's some bullshit that what they went through. And, all right, here we go. Here's the video. It says Ricky Smiley said 19-year-old Arian Smiley is recovering. He announced the news during his radio show before leaving to be with his daughter.
I wasn't gonna even say nothing about this. I've been dealing with this all morning, sitting up here with butterflies in my stomach trying to do a show. You know, my youngest daughter was shot last night.
Who?
She's Aaron.
What?
She in the hospital right now.
What?
That's why I can't have focus, because I'm sitting up here trying to do the morning show and trying to book my flight to Houston.
I'm not crying just because of that. I'm just upset because the violence that we do to each other, man, the stuff that y'all sit up here and put families through. So if I feel the way I feel, just imagine somebody that got to go to the cemetery. Imagine how they feel. I'm so mad right now, I don't know what to do.
So they said that his daughter, he announced on Twitter that his daughter had a successful surgery, which thank God for that. I just think it's a sad situation. Anybody want to chime in?
I think.
Yeah, I gotta actually go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I actually have to reassess, because I actually, when I first heard of this, I was like, well, what was she doing? Like, why wasn't she at home? But now that I'm realizing that she was just kind of a bystander going to get some food from the store, I'm just like, yikes, that's unfortunate. But again, like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying it because it is what it is. If we try to find ways instead of villainizing the hood and find ways to infuse money into the hood and get money in those people's pockets so they're not out there committing these little stupid crimes. Like this isn't a crime of passion. This is, I'm driving around, I got $5 left in my tank and something happened and that sent me over the edge. So now I'm just gonna shoot everybody. But myself, I'm gainfully employed. My bills are pretty much paid. Something happens out there in the streets. I'm like, okay, let me get my ass to work. Let me not be out here trying to shoot somebody at a gas station. I mean, at a stoplight, because I have too much to lose.
Yeah.
These situations are where they don't have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Or nothing to do. Like my mindset is this: like if you're constantly busy, for me, I don't have time to shoot anybody at a gas station. So it's like people who have time on their hands, they have time to do certain things. And I always keep saying, like I said this in the last video with a girl in Indianapolis, she got shot. It really is important for not just females, but males as well, for people to pay attention to their surroundings, know where you're going, know what you're going to be around. I'm not saying that everything can be prevented. No, some things just happen and you can't control it. But if I feel like the more people pay attention and to not sleep on certain situations, they could probably almost save their lives.
Stephon?
Yeah, man. This is my first time actually listening to the audio. I read the articles. Listening to Ricky Smiley, it actually touched the core as a father. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a shame to damn near lose your child to something that they're not involved in, and so commonly it happens in Black communities where people just get to shoot and don't give a damn about who they are around. And just like we said, killing is based off proximity. So if you miss your target, you probably gonna hit somebody else that look like you. It's like we got nobody. We got no influence on the youth in poverty situations. And yeah, we do got to get them some money. That is a big part of the problem. I have no idea what the cause of it was, man, but something got to be done. I don't have an answer, but
yeah, they spoke of it being a road rage incident. I guess that's the best way to put it because it was on the road. I understand Schoolboy's point and Vanessa's as well, but once it, I think that is also possible that it wasn't that it wasn't because they were fed up with life. You know what I mean? Granted, they had to obviously be willing to risk it all. But at the same time, if you're already risking it all and you're already living a certain type of lifestyle, shooting at somebody on the road, especially in a place like, Houston, where shit like that is probably kind of common for people to have their guns with them and things of that nature. I mean, who knows? I think we should keep an eye on this case, but I think whether they was impoverished or wasn't or whatever the case is, shit like that needs to be addressed and not lightly. And we need to put value on each other. And this comment from Mike actually sums it up for me. Mental health in the Black community needs to be addressed. I agree with that. I think it needs to be addressed by also Black health therapists at the same time. Stephon?
I would say now that, but it's funny you say mental health because now it's not just the person who lashes out and shoots who needs to seek help. It's now a victim who now needs help. The saying goes, hurt people, man. That shit spread like wildfire.
Right. I agree. So with that being said, come back tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to dive into some Black people who are about the action. Allegedly, I want to talk about this No Fucking Around coalition. I want to get into No Fucking Around coalition. They marched, I believe it was in Georgia over the weekend, into a place that they believe where the KKK was fostered and invented, and went to a monument armed. And they made a big statement. And I'm going to reserve my opinion for tomorrow. However, we're going to dive into No Fucking Around coalition and the protest that they recently were a part of. And hopefully we have an interview with somebody who was there. I actually know somebody who was there. I don't think that person was armed and or part of the coalition, but I think they were there for the protest and they witnessed it. And this person is a media personality. So hopefully they can come on and give us a little highlight. I want to give you guys the last word, and you guys want to say anything on our way out?
Thank you for having me. This is your girl, Vanessa Smilez, Vanessa_Smilez with a Z. Anything you type in Smile 69 Network Show, you guys can see all of the things that I'm into on Google. So, yes.
Schoolboy? Your mic is on Teddy Riley.
There we go. Yeah, man. I appreciate being on the show again, and good to see everybody this morning. Hope everybody's having a good day and going to have a good day today.
Facts. Steph?
Yo, also, I want to thank you for having me on the show. I love this show. I'll be tuning in. Also, you can find me at Step Got Jokes on Twitter, Instagram, or by my real name, Stephon Williamson on Facebook.
Yo, Steph, and I want to thank all of you for being on. Steph, I definitely want to thank you for holding J Doug down in his absence. You're more than welcome to come on a more regular basis because, you know, J Doug can only do 2 days a week anyway. So if you want to come on some of the other days, that would be a great addition to the show. I love Live and On Point. I love your when you challenge J Doug, you know what I mean, on his controversial point of view. And I think anybody who watches this who hasn't seen Live and On Point, please go to Facebook and like the page Duval Podcast, and or just come to the Ranters Union on YouTube and look at Live and On Point, the Live and On Point shows. They're really hilarious and also informative at the same time, the same way this show inspires to be. So thank you all for coming, and thank you everybody for being in the audience, because we wouldn't be shit without the audience. And this has been the Morning Rant.
Banging on my chest, King Kong and on. I'ma let my heart play the song it's on. Citizen of heaven, living long and on. But life's on repeat, on and on. Swerve, curve from the north. Fire in my eyes is my desire to see. Something little more than what is on my Twitter feed. All the rise and full of numbers is people, they follow me, swerve. I wanna see a big God do big things for a big God. It's not big things, lyrical prayers for miracles in my prayer closet. His banging on my chest, King Kong and on. I'ma let my heart play the song it's on. Citizen of heaven living long and on. But life's on repeat, on and on. Swerve, curve from the norm. Fire in my eyes is my desire to see something little more than what is on my Twitter feed. All the rise and full of numbers is people, they follow me, swerve. I wanna see a big God do big things for a big God. It's not big things, lyrical prayers for miracles in my prayer closet. Hysterical, the answer I needed, it is so critical. I want more, I want more, I want more, amor. Sé dónde encontrarlo, necesito perderme en Dios. I get in the way, I get in the way. Cambia tu mente, makes me feel away, makes me feel away. Cambia tu mente, swerve, swerve, swerve. Cambia tu mente, swerve, swerve, swerve. Cambia tu mente. Banging on the door, knock, knocking me. I'ma keep on praying till I am free. Crying from my soul, are you hearing me? Then you answer back, I am listening. Swerve, fly high like an eagle, above all the negative people. Talk, talk, let them say what they want. Walk, walk next to God who's in front. Swerve, I wanna see a big God do big things for a big God. It's not a big thing, tired of the circle round and round the same places. Dizzy from repeating the cycles, the same faces. Promised land, promised land, promised land, I'm going in. Quiero caminar en todo, necesito perderme en Dios. I get in the way, I get in the way. Cambia tu mente, makes me feel away, makes me feel away. Cambia tu mente, swerve, 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 swerve. Cambia tu mente, swerve, swerve, swerve. Cambia tu mente. I get in the way, I get in the way. Makes me feel away, makes me feel away. Cambia tu mente, swerve,
Fire, nigga. I'm on fire right now, fuck, nigga. I had the biggest comeback, nigga. Niggas thought it was over with for me, nigga. Y'all tried to count me out, nigga. I ain't forgot about that shit. Y'all niggas think I forgot, nigga. I ain't forgot about none of that shit. So I'm back with a chip on my fucking shoulder, nigga.
Wrote this with my eyes closed, on rose and Moscato. Intuition, inner visions flow from out the cosmos. Niggas ask me how I made it, I begin if I know. I just went with my soul, and the rest just follow. She's a good girl, fuck that bitch, I'd rather deal with dollars. Say no to CashApp, I ain't tricking, bitch, you must be psycho. But I'm prone to lie though, just don't tell all my bros. Ice roll gelato in the Bronto, so I got the sky close. Damn, it's raining, grab my cane and pass my Prada poncho. The boots was leather with the tattoos, those the Randy Macho. Goggles, Ferragamo, condos big as Costco. I popped the rhino, then she swallowed like it's Mr. Sacco. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. Modern life like Rocco, but I still pray to Shango. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho. Rebel, outlaw, reckless, vato, ghetto, desperado. Aim the Draco, eating tacos, take your breath like tacos. Adjacent to Van Gogh, I'm chasing my shadow. The pain is the shackle, embrace it for battle. In the gym for 7 weeks, I feel like Boris Kojo. I mean Cujo with a new hoe, sober watching Kuso. With my old hoe, I forgot I fuck my hoes in duos. Bobo throws in 2 hoes, loopholes out with pool holes. That piece of coupon for designer, Gucci coat was 2-tone. School old parasuco, shoot like Tony Kukoc. Pajama Samson, no Delilah, put that on my tombstone. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho.
do.